touring Washington, D.C. And here I am about to sign a new law into ordinance.
A sad ending to my trip.
She's leaving me!
When I get to a new country, I open my Airalo app and I top up the data on my eSIM. It's the fastest way to get connected, especially if you're only there for a few days. Just got to the Airbnb. The weather's pretty humid here. I'm starving, so I'm gonna look for a cheeseburger. If you've been watching my vlogs for a while, you know that's like the one thing I miss, and every time I come into the States, there's a couple of things I have to do. One is definitely grab a cheeseburger. And number two on my list is always look for a Target. I'm gonna see if I can squeeze those in. It's already 6:30. I am in town for a shoot. I own a video marketing agency called Ring District. I'm a traveling producer, and then I bring in local crew when we get to places. So if you're watching this and you need a marketing video, go ahead and hit me up. It does not matter where in the US you are, I can make it happen. We're actually filming in this Airbnb tomorrow. We just did a walkthrough with the videographer. We're meeting here bright and early tomorrow. I need to grab dinner and make it to Target. Let's see if we can make this happen. Change of plans. There's not gonna be that much time because I also wanted to just freshen up and curl my hair and stuff. So I'm actually gonna go to this place called Ben's Chili Bowl, which is supposed to be a pretty good local spot here. So I'm gonna go there first and then hop over to Target. One of my favorite things to look for at Target is the active wear. They just have like a really cute style all the time, and it's really affordable.
everything.
Okay, this is the other thing I love about Target. They have amazing home decor, and this throw is $35. So that's such a steal. And look at these lamps. Look at this. It's just spot on. They're so cute. Look at this cute orange pillow for $15. And these pumpkin pillows. So cute. Oh my god. And it's showtime, you guys. For this particular client, we needed to produce training courses for a perinatal mental health specialist. And as a strategist myself, it's my job to develop the structure of the courses, even though I'm not an expert in this field. Because if you didn't know already, there's a lot of pre-production that goes on behind the scenes of every video, regardless of the topic. So for this project, I helped strategize the concept of the modules, the structure for each lesson, the filming day, of course, and post-production. Since I've been in this industry for the last nearly 2 decades, I know exactly what my clients need on set and exactly what they don't need. So I really help them show up in the digital world as the shining stars they are. And although my clients bring the knowledge to every project, my team and I bring the structure. And together, we make a pretty awesome super team. So shout out to all my past and previous clients. Thank you so much for supporting my dreams. And if you are watching this and want to work with me, go ahead and shoot me an email. You can find it in the description of this video. Amazing Capital bike share. Let's go take a ride. Well, my first destination, all of the bike racks were full, so I had to drive 5 blocks in the opposite direction to find a parking. So now I'm gonna change my dinner plans and just eat somewhere around here. I think I'm in Georgetown. Got home, I actually stopped into a TJ Maxx right before I jumped in the Uber. So what I did find, super cute Dolce Vita boots for $50. Wow. I think this is a great purchase. It's already, what time is it? 9:30. It's a little bit late for me, you know. I'm gonna take a shower and get to bed because tomorrow I'm going to a cafe called Tate, which one of my good friends recommended. So I'm gonna do that, so I have to get up early because then after that I have a walking tour to go see the Capitol and the White House and the Washington Monument. So yeah, that's about it. I will see you tomorrow.
You're asking, I'm asking.
morning. It's the next day. I jumped on a bike to get all the way down here because otherwise it would have been like a 40-minute walk. And I wanted to get to that cafe Tate, which was really good. The coffee was good. Now it's time to explore some monuments.
I'm learning so much on this walking tour. First off, Washington, D.C. wasn't always a state. It was created with the intention of establishing a politically neutral land in the U.S. But as the city became more and more occupied with residents, it eventually became a problem because it also meant that the residents here did not have a voice in the presidential elections, but they were still paying taxes. So as you can imagine, this brought about a lot of protests. I don't know if you remember, but the taxation without representation protests, that's when all of this was going on. And it wasn't until 1961, you guys, that they were finally able to vote in presidential elections.
The problem with that, with the people that lived in the city, even way back then, was they had no voting rights.
And still to this day, they still lack full congressional voting rights. And at the top of these stairs is where Martin Luther King gave his speech.
At this time, I have the honor to present to you the moral leader of our nation. I have the pleasure to present to you Dr. Martin Luther King, Jr.
That were Capital City Police, or the Capitol Police.
So this place was called the White House Experience, and according to our tour guide, she said it had only been open for about 2 weeks at the time that we were there. We were the first group that she took to it, so she wanted our feedback, and honestly, it was the coolest experience I had had that day.
Hi guys, this video we're going to be touring Washington, D.C. and here I am about to sign a new law into order.
They had replicas of actual rooms in the White House that you could walk through, take pictures, even sit in some of the chairs. We didn't get to stay too long since it was at the end of our tour, but if you're in DC, I would highly recommend putting this on your itinerary.
Right behind me is the White House, but this is actually the closest you can get because there's 2 layers of gates right in front, and the second layer is pretty new. Our tour guide said it just went up recently, so that's the best view you can get. We did go to the gift shop, which has imitations of the rooms that you could find in the White House. I definitely recommend stopping into the gift shop. They do ask for a donation-based fee at the front, but it's worth it. It's so cool in there. I'm gonna grab some lunch and see what else I can explore on my full day in DC. I've been walking so much that my side is hurting. don't know why, because I walk a lot in Montreal as it is. Trying to get to the Smithsonian. It closes in 2.5 hours, so hopefully I can make it just to see a little bit inside. And then I'm finally going to relax. So let's just see how it goes. Nothing ever goes according to plan. That's the fun part of travel, right? Okay, back here is the Capitol, but it's all blocked off, so you actually can't sit on the steps of the Capitol, which I really wanted to do to get the photo and say I'm just a Bill sitting on Capitol Hill, you know.
I'm just a Bill, yes, I'm only a Bill, and I'm sitting here on Capitol Hill.
Wasn't able to do it, so this is the closest we can get.
This hotel is cute. It's called 𝐦𝐤𝐤. It was not that expensive either. I found a good deal on booking. I'm gonna lounge here for a little bit. I walked so much, I don't even know. I should have tracked it, but that was a lot of walking. And then tomorrow I'm gonna take the metro back to the airport. It connects all the way to the airport. It's so great. I think today will be the last bits of any kind of exploring that I do. I got Nikes on my feet, Zara jeans, Zara top, and Zara coat. I'm a basic bitch. It's about 9:30, so we'll grab a coffee and then come back, and I think I'll pack up all my stuff, leave it at the counter so I can check out. I'm gonna see if I could go to the Holocaust Museum, then get to the metro at 2 o'clock. So I've got a little bit of time. I don't know how long this will take. It all depends. So let's see what happens.
Stopped here in front of this Taft Memorial, just sitting behind me, but I do have a little bit of time and I want to give a little history update. These are things that I learned from my walking tour yesterday, which I found pretty alarming. But this city was actually donated by surrounding states. It was swampland. They actually had to bring in a lot of like soil and land to build a city on top of. But originally, all of this was just a lot of swamp. I highly recommend whenever you're in a new city, like jump into those walking tours. There's one that it's originally from Spain, but it's a company that you can find in a lot of different countries. It's called Free Tour, and it's free to sign up, and then you just donate $10 to $20 depending on your group size and how big your heart is. and you learn some cool shit. And it's usually hosted by somebody who's grown up in the area, which I think you win big when you can get somebody who was actually born and raised right there in the spot. Just they have a lot of context that you can't necessarily get from history books. Okay, as you can see, the Capitol is all the way down here, and this is probably the best view we're gonna get. So I'm gonna pull over and just kind of share some information. If you are worried about coming here on a solo trip because you're not the best with directions, you're actually gonna be pretty good because all of the streets are named after numbers, letters, and then all the states in the US. So when you are trying to memorize like where you're going to be staying, it's actually pretty easy. And the layout of the city is kind of like a grid. So if you get lost, you'll be okay trying to figure it out because all you have to do is look at the numerical order of the street that you're on and where you're trying to go, or like the letter that you're on and where you're trying to go, and it's all kind of, it all works out. Just trust me, I think you'll be okay. Unfortunately, this museum is closed today. So, off to the next one. Still crying a little bit. Whoa, that was a sad ending to my trip. Yeah, that's really sad to see. I wasn't ready. Like I've been to the Anne Frank Museum in Amsterdam. That was really hard also, and I just don't think I was ready for that. I just didn't mentally prepare. But anyways, this is a must if you're here, but I do recommend you set aside like 3 hours. Unfortunately, I need to head back now. I'm gonna wrap it up right here and start heading to the metro station so I can get to the airport. Put this on your to-dos. There was one hall that was full of like children's artwork, just talking about how they really tried to normalize their day-to-day living for the kids, and that like broke me. That's where it all came down from there. Okay, enough about that. Great museum. Definitely check this out if you're in Washington, D.C. This is Union Station, and there's even little restaurants. Last meal before leaving the US of A, there's no question. I have like an hour before I need to get to the metro. I ran out of data, so perfect timing, but I had to download a map to see the colors that are going to get me to the airport. Trying to eat as fast as possible. You know I have to get Chick-fil-A every time I come to the States. We're taking the Yarrow towards Huntington. got off at the wrong terminal. So I'm waiting for a shuttle to take me to Terminal 1, and I hope it doesn't take too long because it's already 3 o'clock. My flight starts boarding at 4:20. It's gonna be good. I'll check in with you once I'm on the shuttle. Canada, we made it. New leather jacket on. Wear my new boots. I need to unpack. To the point, Washington, D.C. was so great, and I could see why everybody talks so highly of it. I got so many of my friends just telling me, you're gonna fall in love when you get there. It was true. It's such an incredible city, so much history, lots of things to do. Honestly, if you're a solo traveler, it is something that I recommend you could do, and you would have a lot of things to do during the day. It would be easy for you to get around. It is on the more expensive side, so I would just maybe prepare for that. But the city is so well connected, so I think you would be able to jump on the public transportation using bikes. They have scooters. The metro system is great, especially that you can get to and from the airport with it. I think that's a huge bonus. So highly, highly recommend. It was a really great trip. Thank you guys for coming along with me. I hope it was fun for you to watch, as fun as it was for me to do it. Thanks again for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video. Bye.